Hello grade 9 students! Welcome para sa panibagong kaalaman para sa linggong ito. Kaya naman, para maging updated, pindutin lamang ang notification bell at subscribe button. Kaya halina't dagdagan ang ating kaalaman upang maging isang matalinong Noipi. So, to start with, we have three types of expressions regarding with its exponents. So we have zero exponents, integral exponents, and fractional exponents. So let us recall, ano-ano nga ba itong mga types ng exponents na ito? So first, we have zero exponents. Sila yung mga expressions na merong zero exponents. For example, 2 raised to 0. We also have b raised to 0. We can also write the sum of a and b raised to 0. So those are examples of expressions with zero exponents. And how about the integral exponents? Sila naman yung mga expressions na merong positive or negative exponents. So this is one of the examples. 3 raised to 2 or 3 squared. We have another one, b raised to negative 3. And we also have 2 raised to negative 1. So those are example of integral exponents. Then how about fractional exponents? So from the word fractional, ibig sabihin, ang ating expression ay merong fraction na exponent. So for example, the product of a and b raised to 1/2. We also have another example, which is 3 raised to 4/5. Okay? So those are example of fractional exponents. So kapag pinag-combine natin ang lahat ng expression na ito, magre-resulta tayo sa expression with rational exponents. So let's say for example, we have 2a raised to negative 3b raised to 1/2. That's one of the examples. We can also say 3 raised to 0, b raised to 4, c raised to 3/2. So those are examples of expressions with rational exponents. Pag pinag-combine natin yung tatlong types na yan, that would be rational exponents. So our first problem is multiplication of expressions. At sa pagmumultiply ng expressions, ang gagawin lamang natin sa mga exponents ay ipag-add ito. So first, we write a and pag-add lamang natin ang kanyang mga exponents. So ano yung exponent sa first expression natin? Basically, that's 1 and plus, ano naman yung exponent sa kabilang expression? We have 3 over 11. The next is our b. Ano yung exponent natin sa first expression? We have 1/4. Plus, yung exponent natin sa kabilang expression, which is 2/4. Okay, after that, we need to simplify the constructed operation. So, paano natin may pag-add si 1 and si 3 over 11? Okay, ang gagawin natin kay 1 is gagawin natin siyang fraction, which will be 11 over 11 plus 3 over 11. And then we have b raised to 1/4 plus 2/4. So after that, kukunin na naman natin yung LCD niya. So no need to find the LCD kasi similar naman yung mga denominators nila. So that would be a raised to 11 plus 3 over 11. Dahil pare-pareho naman yung denominators nila. Then same with b, raised to 1 plus 2 over 4. Okay. After this, we need to simplify the operation, which will be a raised to 11 plus 3, that would be 14, over 11. And b raised to 1 plus 2, that would be 3, over 4. So, masisimplify pa ba natin sila? If not, that would be the final answer, which is a raised to 14 over 11, b raised to 3. Moving on to the next problem, we have division of expressions. Kung kanina ay multiplication of expressions, ngayon naman ay division. So, sa exponents natin kanina, nag-add tayo dito sa division, magsusubtract naman. So, sundan nyo ako sa problem na ito. So, we have x raised to 1 half, y raised to 2 thirds, divided by x raised to 4 fifths. So, first, sulat lang natin si x, and copy its exponent, which is 1 half. At dahil nga division tayo, that would be subtraction. Okay? Minus 4 fifths. And then, copy y raised to 2 thirds. At dahil wala naman siyang kaparehong base, take put lang siya. Next, our problem is paano natin ipag-subtract si 1 half and si 4 fifths. Okay, so the solution here is just to find the LCD. So, anong LCD ni 2 and 5? So, that would be 10. And then, ano naman ang gagawin natin sa numerator? So, sundan nyo lamang ako. So, that would be 10 divided by 2, that is equal to 5. 5 times 1, okay? So, 5 times 1, that would be 5. Then, just copy the operation, which is minus. And then, next natin is 10 divided by 5, that is equal to 2. 2 times 4, that is equal to 8. So, ngayon, nasolve na natin si numerator. So, burahin lamang natin yung guide natin. Then, after that, copy y raised to 2 thirds. Yung na-simplify na natin yung dissimilar fraction natin, solve na natin yung operation. So, that would be equal to x raised to 5 minus 8. The answer is negative 3 over 10. And y raised to 2 thirds. So, is that the final answer? If your answer is no, then you are correct. Kasi, reviewing the idea of negative exponents, anong gagawin natin kay negative exponent? Okay. Ang gagawin natin kay negative exponent is i-reciprocate natin siya or ilalagay natin siya sa denominator. So our final answer would be y raised to 2 thirds over x raised to 3 over 10. So that would be our final answer. And now we'll move on to transformation or transforming rational expressions to radical and vice versa. Before that, we will recall the parts of the rational expressions and the radical. So, in the rational exponents and radicals, we have two forms. We have what we call the exponential, and we do also have the radical form. So first, we'll discuss with the exponential form. So we have here the base, which is, I think you are familiar of naman. And we have the exponent, wherein this is the numerator, and this is the denominator. So, on the other hand, doon naman tayo sa radical form. So, we have here the radicand. Okay, kaya binaglugan natin dahil itong buong to, siya yung radicand. So we also have the power or the exponent. We also have the radical sign. Itong linya na to. May pababa. And we also have the root or the index. Okay. So kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong equal sign na nakalagay. Why? Because they are the same. So paano naging the same? So I'll explain it to you. Sa pag-transform ng rational exponents into radicals, okay, remember that the base will always stay the same. Constant siya. And the numerator of the exponent ay magiging exponent sa loob ng radical or mapapasama siya sa radicand. And how about the denominator? Siya yung magiging root or index. So, sa next slide, makikita natin kung paano mag-transform ng rational exponents into a radical. Okay, so on our example number 1, we have 3 raised to 1 half. How do we transform this into radical sign? Gagawin lang natin, just copy the base, okay? Then the numerator of the rational exponent will be the exponent of the radicand. Okay, next, draw the radical sign, and then, etong denominator natin, that would be the index. Okay, so in writing a radical, kapag 2 yung index natin, okay, if the value of the index is 2, pwede nating hindi na siya ilagay. So it's because it will be considered as a square root na. So understood na 2 talaga yung index sa radical na yan. So as dun sa exponent ni 3 na 1. Di ba? Kapag 1, pwedeng hindi na natin siya isulat. Okay, so pwede na nating erase yan. So the final answer would be the square root of 3. Okay, on our example number 2, we have m raised to 3 over 4. How do we solve that? How do we transform that into a radical? Okay, so the base will stay the same. A numerator, anong mangyayari? That would be the exponent. So that would be m cubed. Then write the radical sign. Anong magiging index natin? The denominator. So that would be 4th root of m cubed. Okay, so that's the final answer. Next natin, for example number 3. So we have x raised to negative 5 over 7. So dito natin ma-apply yung previous lesson natin. What do we do on negative exponents? Okay, we reciprocate. Kailangan yung exponents natin or yung exponent natin ay maging positive muna bago natin i-simplify. So that would be 1 over x raised to 5 over 7. So next step, after nating ma-simplify yung negative exponent, what do we do? Okay, let's transform it into a radical. So paano? Just copy 1 and then denominator natin would be just copy x. Ang numerator ng ating rational exponent ay magiging exponent ng radical. So that would be 5. And then, ano mayayari sa denominator? So that would be the index. So our final answer is 1 over 7th root of x to the 5th power. Okay. So sa last example natin, dito natin isulat sa baba. Okay. We have the sum of the quantity of a squared and b squared raised to 1 half. Paano natin isi-simplify into a radical form? So, kagaya nga ng nakaraang steps natin, yung ating base will stay the same. So, we'll just write a squared plus b squared. Okay? And write the radical sign. Ilalagay pa ba natin si 1 as an exponent? Okay, hindi na. How about si 2? Ilalagay pa ba natin as an index? Hindi na rin. So, it is already understood na kapag 2 yung index, kahit hindi na ilagay. So, that would be the final answer. Square root of a squared plus b squared. Okay, now so we're done with transforming exponential form into a radical. Now we're doing it vice versa, or pagbabalik rin natin from radical into exponential form. So ang lagi nating tatandaan, yung mga main parts ni radical. So dito sa example number 1, always remember that the base will always stay the same. So first, write 6. Okay? So laging tatandaan yung mga parts. Okay, ano yung exponent ng 6 dito? Which is invisible. Kapag invisible, yung power or exponent ni radicand, that is understood as 1. Okay? Then how about the index? Na sinabi ko kanina na pwedeng hindi na natin isulat. So kapag invisible, that is understood na value as 2. Okay, now we have identified the parts. All we are going to do is to replace it into exponential form. So, anong mangyayari kay exponent ni radicand? Kay 1. So, that would be the numerator and the index would be the denominator. So, our final answer here is 6 raised to 1 half. Okay, and our example number 2. The square root of the quantity of 5ab cubed. Okay, always remember, the base will always stay the same. So you should write 5ab. Okay, what will happen to the exponent? That would be the numerator. Then how about the denominator? That would be the index. What's the value of index? Okay, since it is invisible yung index natin, that will be considered as 2. So, don't forget the parentheses kasi nakaparentheses siya sa loob ng radical. So, that means our final answer is the quantity of 5ab raised to 3 halves. Okay? Mamaya, makikita nyo ang pagkakaiba ng may parentheses sa wala. Okay. So, dito natin makikita sa example number 3. So, we have 5x times 4th root of y cubed. So, hihiwalay natin si 5x. Okay? Dahil nasa labas siya, lalagyan natin ng parentheses. Okay? And then, always remember that the base will stay the same. So, we will write y. Ano mangyayari sa exponent? That would be the numerator. And the index would be the denominator. So, that would be y raised to 3 over 4. So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin is to simplify the expression. So, 5x times y raised to 3 over 4 would be equal to 5x y raised to 3 over 4. So, yung exponent natin dito ay applicable lamang kay y. Unlike dito sa exponent natin kay example number 2, ang exponent na 3 over 2 ay applicable sa buong expression. So, that is how important the parenthesis is. So, erase natin yan. Okay, let's proceed to the next example. Next example natin is the fifth root of the quantity of 3x cubed plus 4b squared. So, how do we transform it? So, since naka-parentheses yung radicand natin, that would stay the same. So, that would be 3x cubed plus 4b, okay, parentheses. Anong mayayari sa exponent ni radicand? That would be the numerator. Then, how about the index? Anong mayayari sa kanya? It would be the denominator. So, that would be the final answer. Our final answer here is 3, the quantity of 3x cubed plus 4b raised to 2 over 5.